The Master's Mysteries, Tales of Magical Mastery, Episode 117. Continuing from the previous text, Liao Fengyi can be considered to have suffered a lot. He was tormented from his body to his soul by that dewaist Xianjun, leaving him with no strength to resist. Hey, give up. Looking at Liao Fengyi lying among the broken stones, dewaist Xianjun coldly smiled, and with a flicker, appeared before him again. Before Liao Fengyi could struggle out of the rock wall, he was kicked into midair again. Liao Fengyi, suspended in midair, saw a dark shadow flash before his eyes, and dewaist Xianjun was once again in front of him. Then, a brilliant golden light shone on his palm, and a palm fiercely slapped Liao Fengyi's body. The force of this palm was extremely strong. Even though Liao Fengyi had been carefully taught by his master for 10 years and had a solid foundation, he still couldn't withstand it. Liao Fengyi fell to the ground like a meteor, instantly causing stones to fly and creating a large pit in the ground. At this moment, Liao Fengyi was left with only one breath, feeling that every bone in his body was creaking. Faced with consecutive blows, he was on the verge of collapse. No matter how hard he tried, he could never catch up with dewaist Xianjun. In front of him, he was like a 3-year-old child. Go to hell. At this moment, dewaist Xianjun knew that his goal had been achieved. He couldn't let this opportunity pass, and quickly leaped into the air. Have a good reincarnation in the next life. A palm struck in midair, and a powerful and dazzling light shot straight toward Liao Fengyi. Liao Fengyi's heart sank. This palm was sure to turn him into ashes. But at this moment, a red light shot straight towards dewaist Xianjun. Because his focus was on killing Liao Fengyi, he was caught off guard by this sudden attack. However, such an attack couldn't harm dewaist Xianjun at all. He effortlessly somersaulted in the air and landed steadily on the ground. Bastard, Xiaodi, kill this old rascal. Turning around, it turned out that Xiaodi and the tattered old Taoist had rushed over. Good, having Black Fox there is enough, but Liao Fengyi facing dewaist Xianjun alone worried them. So, the tattered old Taoist and Xiaodi hurried over. Seeing Liao Fengyi in danger, Xiaodi timely whipped out her whip, blocking dewaist Xianjun's attack. To deal with you, a single finger is enough for this old man. Seeing his killer move interrupted, dewaist Xianjun was unusually angry. With a turn of his palm, he attacked Xiaodi. Xiaodi, be careful. It wasn't an exaggeration when dewaist Xianjun warned. The force of this finger approached the tattered old Taoist and Xiaodi like thunder, and their faces changed instantly. Powerful energy burst forth, immediately sending both of them flying. Their bodies, not as trained as Liao Fengyi's 10 years of practice, lay on the ground and couldn't get up again. Your master betrayed me back then. You stopped talking nonsense, especially Xiaodi, who was injured in the previous battle, couldn't get up this time. Dewaist Xianjun walked over with a low and heavy demeanor. I shouldn't have been soft-hearted back then. I should have killed her directly. It turned out dewaist Xianjun still held a grudge against Xiaodi's master for the betrayal back then. You are just as despicable as her. Then let's die together. At this moment, he vented all this hatred on Xiaodi. His eyes suddenly turned cold, ready to strike. Old rascal, don't be insolent. But the tattered old Taoist behind him climbed up with a roar and rushed towards dewaist Xianjun. We know this tattered old Taoist. Whatever else may be lacking, his ability to withstand hits is super strong. Eat a punch from Dao Yi, bastard, overestimating yourself. Seeing Xiaodi in danger, he anxiously waved his fist and charged. Dao Yi thought very simply, if dewaist Xianjun killed Xiaodi, how could he face Liao Fengyi? Then you go to hell too. But Dao Yi's skills were indeed not that great. Daoist Xianjun reached out and grabbed his head. This time, he was truly ruthless. The tattered old Taoist, despite being resistant to beatings, was ultimately an ordinary person. How could he withstand such a fierce attack? His eyes rolled back, and he fainted. Dao Ye, seeing the tattered old Taoist and Xiaodi rushing over because of concern for him being in danger, Liao Fengyi, supporting his body, struggled to climb up. "You bastard!" Powered by some unknown strength, he gritted his teeth, stood up, and once again rushed towards Daoist Xianjun. Go to hell. Under the stimulus of anger, this attack was obviously much more fierce than before. Useless. Although he exerted all his strength, it was still easily resolved by Daoist Xianjun. Fool will always be a fool. Almost without touching Daoist Xianjun's clothes, Liao Fengyi was once again knocked down to the ground. Immediately, a big foot stepped on Liao Fengyi's head. "Fengyi, just go and die peacefully. Your master, friends, lover will all soon accompany you." With a forceful step, Daoist Xianjun's foot gradually pressed Liao Fengyi's head into the broken stones. It was not only humiliating, but also seemed like he would lose his life on the spot. Seeing Liao Fengyi hanging by a thread, Xiaodi struggled anxiously and climbed up. Let him go. Despite knowing that she was not a match for Daoist Xianjun, she couldn't bear to watch Liao Fengyi die helplessly. "I won't let you kill the people I love again." Picking up the whip, she swiftly moved towards Daoist Xianjun. Never, each person she deeply loved had left her one by one. She didn't want to and couldn't bear to lose anyone else. Even if the opponent is strong, even if it costs her life, she will do her best to protect them. Unexpectedly, you are much braver than your master, however. The disparity in strength between the two sides is too great. Xiaodi's whip swung empty, and Daoist Xianjun instantly appeared behind her. If back then she could have supported me, why suffer such a miserable fate? Go join her. Tell her that I once had a sincere heart towards her. For an instant, time seemed to freeze. Xiaodi. After a moment, Liao Fengyi's suppressed and painful voice echoed through the valley. I'll deal with them. Back to the cliff. The two guards had already rushed to the front of Master Wangxi and Laidui. Master Wangxi hurriedly greeted them, ignoring his own internal injuries at this moment. In fact, his body had long been extremely weak. If it were in normal times, he wouldn't even bother with these two guys. But things were different now. Unable to react in time, the two warriors reached his chest with a blow. These two people, assigned to guard Laibui, couldn't be weak in martial arts. At this point, Master Wangxi was somewhat desperate. On the top of the cliff, the battle in midair was already in an unfavorable state. Could it be that their side was going to lose?